Welcome to LoLz Sports. And TLDW, the Golden State Warriors once again put the ball in the basket more than the Cleveland Cavaliers, but this game was close. It was a lot better than game 1 and game 2. But we gotta look at my notes. It's always important because, as a professional, you want to have some good notes and stuff like that. So, you also want a pen. So you can do things like this. So, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, they scored close to 40 points, but sadly it wasn't enough as the last 2 minutes they couldn't close it out. LeBron went for a bad 2, Kyrie went for a bad 3. I personally think they should just slow play the game, keep control of the lead, kill clock, and try to just make sure they have the most guaranteed baskets. If anything, ferociously drive to the hole and try to draw a foul. If this game went anything like game 1 and game 2, I would recommend the Cavs organization look up free agent Ray Allen to help out. But they don't need to. What they simply need is for other people to step up. And as you see, J.R. Smith did a lot better, scoring 16 points. He was, for the most part, he went scoreless last game, 3 points in the first. But he stepped up, and it just goes to show what kind of, what help does. Sadly, Kevin Love with 9, and he got 13 rebounds, but with 9 points, it's just not enough. They definitely needed him to do a little bit more. Kyle Korver, personally, I want to see him do a lot better. That dunk makes up for a lot of things as an NBA fan, but if you're a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, that doesn't mean nothing. You definitely want to see him step up a little bit more, because that's what they need. They just need a little bit more. Ultimately, Tristan Thompson, I say the Cavs organization should find him. Find him for his terrible basketball and see if they can get some of their money back, because they definitely paid him a lot to do nothing. Ultimately, this is a team game. You need your team to play. It's 5-on-5. LeBron cannot do it by himself. He cannot do it with one other person. He cannot do it with 2 other people. He needs his squad to be playing some basketball. If you really think about it and look at it, this game, game 3, game 1 and 2 should have been similar. I know a lot of people say that this is a foregone conclusion with the whole Golden State Warriors having all these weapons, but if you just really look at it and break it down, game 1 and 2 was only like 2 of the Warriors scoring, Durant and Curry. Game 3, Clay stepped up, so on and so forth. But with that being said, pay attention. All the other people in game 1, like everybody that played on the Golden State Warriors scored a basket, at least one. While you have 5 people going scoreless, it's disgusting. And game 2 wasn't much better. I mean, you had Richard Jefferson, like outside of the big 3, he was like the best player, not even getting 10 points. It's just disgusting on the Cavs side. They need to step up, and these games are actually supposed to be a lot closer. And I'll get into a little bit of depth because I know this jogged, right? Okay, so you got Steph Curry, you got Kyrie Irving, right? For the most part, they cancel each other out. That's what I like to say. They cancel each other out because they both can score like 30 points, no problem. You got Kevin Durant, you got LeBron James, best player in the world, second best player in the world. That's what a lot of people like to believe. That's the popular opinion. So therefore, I would like to say the same thing. They should cancel each other out, right? You got Klay Thompson and you got Kevin Love. Now, personally, I think Klay Thompson and Kevin Love, like, they can get around the same points. Like, I think Kevin Love, like, I know some people might beg to differ. They'll say Klay's the better player or something like that, but I won't sleep on Kevin Love. Like, come on now. So, for the most part, I think they cancel each other out. Now, what you could say is, who cancels out Draymond Green? And mind you, this ain't like people playing defense on each other. This is just the performances, right? Who could cancel out Draymond Green? And I know J.R. Smith is probably the only other thing you could think of. And, a lot of people will just say, well, Draymond Green. But ultimately, I'll get back to why there could be a difference there. So then, this is where the real thing, this is the real game here. You could blame most of these losses on Tristan Thompson, if, in my opinion. He's not performing. And with Pachulic and JaVale McGee, that's his opponent. What we saw from 2 years ago, last year, so on and so forth. This is the opponent that Tristan Thompson has to go up against, and he's not performing. Like, this is literally, if he could just simply perform against those dudes, this game would be completely different. Like, this should be no problem, but he's messing up. He's messing up, sadly. Okay, so now getting back to Draymond Green and J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, he didn't get the reputation of being a good bad shot shooter by shooting open shots. He's supposed to be the real X factor, right? He's supposed to be the real game changer, because if he can just score and do his thing, beat J.R. Smith, then the Cavaliers probably should have had 2 games already, right? Maybe they're gonna pick up a win in game four. I think that momentum could potentially get them 2 wins, but I can't see them winning the whole thing. But you never know. You never know. Anything can happen. But that's just my take. These games are supposed to be a lot closer if certain people can just simply step up on the Cavaliers end. And yeah, that's it. Let's hope for the best in Game 4. We get like a similar entertainment. That's LoLz Sports. TLDW. Peace.
What? LOLs?